Our next speaker is Nouman Noor. He is the founder of Future Insurance Broker Services LLC, a proud member of BNI Warriors since the inception. Nouman apparently was shortlisted to try out for the UAE national cricket team in 2001 and the Vancouver team in 2003. Then he says he got married. I don't know if they were connected. But his hobbies include kickboxing, reading, and reading about real-life stories. Something that no one knows about him is that he's not a fan of animals, but he still owns 5 cats because his wife loves animals and he loves his wife. Once upon a time, there was a man who increased his financial portfolio from 600,000 dirhams to 20 million dirhams in just 15 months. Here is his story, Nouman Noor.
Thank you, Ankita. Thank you, Warriors, and thank you, BNI. So I'm here to talk about lifelong learning, but I cannot miss one incident that we had in BNI Warriors when one of our members had actually gotten hospitalized, and I was the fortunate or the unfortunate one who had to inform his family, and they thought it was a joke. Nobody takes me seriously, actually. So when she did go to the hospital, and we got to know that, yes, he is on the ventilator, and this was 3 years ago, 25 of us at midnight showed up to the hospital. And the hospital was like, who are you guys? And we are like, we are his network of friends and family. And we are here to make sure everything goes smoothly. Not that we could have done anything, but we were there to support him. Few things that people learned during that incident about Nouman. Don't follow his road directions. And the other thing was, more than 50% of my chapter thinks that they can rely on Nouman after midnight. When they call me. That is when they realize it's not true because my phone is always on silent after 10 p.m. So 2 learnings from my chapter over there. But BNI has been amazing for me. I actually gave up my full-time job even before BNI Warriors had launched. I was working for a multinational in a very satisfying job. And BNI Warriors actually was in the formation stages. Papa Warrior Sajid was launching it. We were still about 4 months away from the time we were about to launch. And I just had this revelation that, you know what, I need to start my own thing. I need to get out of my comfort zone and get comfortable with the uncomfortable. And that's what I did. I read a quote recently which said, in the 21st century, the illiterate are not going to be those who cannot read or write, rather those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. So BNI has been a platform for me, personally at least, about learning, unlearning, and relearning. So my story is that when I did join BNI Warriors, I had attached myself to another broker, and I was just building my portfolio from zero. I had never done sales in my life. And in the first 14 to 15 months, I had reached about 2.6 million dirham portfolio, out of which 2 million was from only 2 clients, because I was of the belief that I do not want to deal with individuals. I just want to go with the corporate clients, and that is all I want to do. And then we came across the time which was the most interesting time of our lives, COVID-19 pandemic. The world came to a stop. The events industry, as we know, came to a stop. The income went down to zero. In my case, the income did not actually go down to zero. It went into negative, because when you're a portfolio manager and when your corporate accounts are laying off individuals, you are losing money. So for 4 months, my income was actually negative. And that was the time when I had given up hope. I started looking for jobs at that time. Unfortunately, the market was such that the jobs I was getting was not something that I wanted to take. The pay was too small. And to my rescue, I was always an avid listener, avid learner. I used to listen to BNI Business Builder a lot. And even during lockdown, when we could not actually go out, I used to go down in my community and just walk in the parking lot for 1 hour a day, and I would listen to the Booster series. That's when the Booster series came out. And when all hope had faded, BNI Business Builder, or BNI University as it was formerly known, came to my rescue. I used to listen to the Booster series. There were a lot of motivational speakers, a lot of inspirational talks, a lot of strategic talks that were happening. And a few things that I picked up from there. and I did it personally. I was like, Nouman, what is it that is working for you? And what is it that is not working for you? So I listed it down. What are those things that are working for me? What is it that I'm actually doing in my insurance? What kind of clients am I recently getting? And I was like, this is the list. So I left corporate accounts completely, thanks to BNI University. I started focusing on individual, retail, personal, family, small SMEs. And by small, I mean something that would not even give me a premium of 20,000 dirhams. Because after all, speak to any architect and they say that the foundation of your building has to be the strongest. And that is exactly what I did. So I changed my whole model, and I'm a one-man army at that time. I started focusing on that, and I started building my portfolio. It had come down to 600,000 dirhams in the space of 4 months, and that's when I started rebuilding. At the end of 2021, I ended 2021 with the help of my beautiful family of BNI warriors at approximately 12 million dirhams. That was a turnaround within a year. I remember my very first meeting when I attended this year, 2022, I had given my family a target that your target for me for business development for this year is 8 million. And I'm going to reveal to them that that target has been increased now to 12 million. Because my expectation is that I am going to achieve and surpass 20 million dirhams this year. I learned with my BNI family, with the people that I spend my Thursday mornings with, I learned a few things and I want to share that with you. Ask, because if you do not ask, you will not get an answer. What's the worst that you can get? A no. So don't be shy to ask. That's number one. Number two, dream and dream big. Because if you do not dream, you're not going to get anywhere. So dream and dream big. Third, you will always face problems in your life. Find a solution. No, not only a solution, as I like to phrase it, a workable solution. Because you might have 10 solutions, but 9 of them might not work. So find a workable solution. And remember, learning is a lifelong activity. You learn from your peers, you learn from their experiences, you learn when you sit in a deep one-to-one with your fellow BNI members. Keep on learning. The future belongs to those who can learn, unlearn, and relearn. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone.